So it is super late on a Friday, waiting for my steak to rest, and I wasn't going to do a video only because it's super late. But, it's a wine I haven't had in a while, and right out of the bottle, I could just smell it. And I figured, while I'm waiting for the steak to rest, why not just talk about it? The grape, and then this wine specifically. Grape is petite sirah, and there's nothing petite about petite sirah, just a small grape, but makes a very tannic, full-bodied, near inky wine in the hands of the right producers. Robert Biale Vineyards, absolutely one of those producers. This is their Royal Punishers. This is a 2018, and I can't really read the back, but dark as night. I mean, just engine oil. I would love to see the percentage of alcohol here, so let's take a look. 14.9, and typically they're all 15. They could even be higher. I think the highest petite sirah I had was a Ridgeback, and it was like 16 and a half. That absolutely just poured like engine oil. This is not that far off. This is extremely viscous. I could just see it in the glass. First aroma, it's got these black and blue fruit aromas, and it has like this blackberry pie aroma. It almost has an aroma too when I've smelled the pomegranate blueberry. So not pomegranate on its own, it's a little tart, but when you add it with the blueberry, it's got this real dark color that almost takes on more of the blueberry with the pomegranate juice, and it kind of has a look to that and a smell to that a little bit too. I smell a little bit of balsamic vinegar, a little VA. I think it needs a blow up. I just opened this. This probably needs a decant. This is an enormous wine. It is absolutely like staining my decanter as I swirl it. It's a glass staining wine, a teeth staining wine. Absolutely a steak wine for sure. The dark fruits are just amazing. Of the boysenberry and the blackberry, it's like blackberry pudding. It's got like a blackberry pudding smell to it. That's delicious. So it has a high tannin, but they're always silky. They're always silky. It says silky tannins, but they're there. Extremely big mouthfeel, very viscous on the palate. It's incredible length. It's a huge wine, huge. This is an enormous wine. Enormous flavor too. It is not an. It's only $38 ish, $40. So, but you get a really big, unctuous, delicious, complex wine. What I like about this one is sometimes petite sirah can be a little smoky, and I don't really like too much smoke in my wine. Keep down the meat. I forgot how good this wine is. I really forgot how good this wine is. I'm going to keep one of these in my cellar at all times. If anyone ever wants like a big bold wine, or I'm having a beautiful steak, for this price range, it's hard to beat bigger and bolder, but with a lot of flavor and not being one-dimensional. And delicious. It's just delicious too. It's a beast though. But silky, you know, heavy, but silky too. Getting a little bit of baking spice, just a little, not a whole lot. It was dominated by big, unctuous, dark, black and blue fruits, no doubt. No doubt. 14.9, you could taste it. It's warming. I mean, it's warming my belly as it goes down. I feel it. I can feel the alcohol. I'm also starving. Haven't really eaten in a while, many hours. So when this is the only thing going down your gullet, could be that's part of it. This used to be one of my favorite top 5 grapes was petite sirah. I don't think it's my top 5 grape anymore, But like I said, I think having one of these on hand at all times, I think is great to have in the cellar, at least in my opinion. For a big unctuous wine, you have friends or family that enjoy this style. At times I enjoyed this style. I was kind of in the mood for a big, bold, juicy. It's got a juiciness too, right? As well. These also can age so long. I don't know how long. I've never aged one incredibly long. I don't age these like I might California, Cab, or Bordeaux. There's no reason not to. I guess I don't have a lot of petite sirah typically in my cellar. This is I probably have one left from Carlisle, and I like drinking them within 5 years of the vintage only because I want that big, unctuous, delicious fruit. I don't know what they would do in 10, 20 years. It'd be very interesting. I think they absolutely can survive with the tannin they have and their power and their color. If some of that fades, though, I feel like that I'm not getting the petite sirah aspect of it, which I do sometimes crave and desire. But it'd be interesting. Certainly be interesting. If I ever see an aged petite sirah from a good pedigree, meaning good winemaker, I would probably give it a shot. So I'm gonna have my steak with this. There's no doubt this is gonna be an amazing pairing with steak. It even has a slight, like a sweet basil on the finish. It's not overly herbaceous, but there's and it's not sweet, but it's so big and unctuous. The way it's vinified with these very ripe fruits, or tastes very ripe, it almost gives you a sensation of a sweetness. So, like if I paired this next to, or compared this next to a different type of wine, let's say a Sangiovese, or a right bank, or left bank Bordeaux, you might say, oh, this tastes sweeter. It's not sweet wine, but sweeter. Riper fruit, I think, is what that becomes, or sometimes the alcohol will make you think that as well. Either way, amazing wine, 4.5 out of 5. I will check this into Vivino, and we'll definitely try to add another one to my cellar at some point. With that, have a good night.